Welcome to the Unleashed Life, a financial empowerment and lifestyle podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Renée Baker. After nearly 3 decades in corporate America, I took a leap of faith to pursue full-time entrepreneurship, realizing that while we can always get another title, we don't get another chance to create the life we truly desire. In each episode, we'll explore what it truly means to live unleashed, going beyond traditional finance advice to help you break free from financial constraints and societal expectations, cultivate a mindset of abundance and possibility, align your financial decisions with your personal values and lifestyle goals, and embrace authenticity in both your career and personal life. Whether you are seeking financial wisdom, entrepreneurial insights, or inspiration to live boldly, you're in the right place. Redefine success on your terms and join a community of women who refuse to dim their light. It is time to live the unleashed life. Today, we're joined by Alicia Harris, a Tampa Bay entrepreneur, breast cancer survivor, and founder of Journi for Two. Alicia's story is one of resilience, love, and transformation, and truly embodies what it means to live an unleashed life. Her journey from aspiring nurse to beauty entrepreneur and her triumph over cancer while pregnant is both inspiring and enlightening. Let's dive into her incredible story. Welcome, Alicia.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy to have you here. There's so much to your story that I'm looking forward to diving into. And let's just start with you just giving a little bit of background for the audience about you and your journey.
Sure. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I am a mother of 3. I have a 21-year-old, a 17-year-old, and now a 2-year-old. And I'm originally from Queens, New York, and I now live in Tampa, Florida. And I have a nonprofit that's named Journi for Two. And I also run a beauty business called Feel Beauty by Alicia.
Your path has been quite a journey of itself. So
Yes.
You've gone from an aspiring nurse to a beauty entrepreneur. So what is this pivotal moment that has happened in your life where you truly felt unleashed and decided to pursue your passion? And how did that change your life's trajectory?
Well, growing up with my mom in the medical industry, she was a nurse. I was planning to follow in her footsteps, but the beauty world just kept pulling me. Like, I would be in school and all the girls would be like, "Can you do my hair for homecoming and prom?" And it wasn't, my mom was like, "Well, you might need being a nurse is more of a career path that I want you to take." But I just really am artistic, and I just wanted to kind of just go against the rules for a little bit and just go into the beauty industry. I did try nursing. I was in nursing school for a little bit, and it was just, I wasn't feeling it.
That's right.
I wasn't feeling it. It wasn't for me. And I was like, I want to get into the beauty world. I want to make people feel beautiful. And I was enjoying doing that in school. And so I said, let's just do it.
Right.
So.
Oh, we love that, especially, pursuing your passions. Being unleashed is really about like that pursuit, breaking down those barriers or the things that's stopping you from living your best life.
Exactly.
So, listen, we love a beauty girly, and
Yes.
you're rocking it. Now, I really want to talk about this love story, and we're going to get around to back to Journi to Two for Two, but I saw the video at one of your events about your love story, which blossomed during the lockdown in 2020, led to this beautiful viral beach proposal.
Yes.
And it was like a fairy tale. I mean, my eyes got wet and everything. how has this unexpected, because it was unexpected romance, right?
It was very unexpected.
How did that influence to you, your approach to just being spontaneous and just seizing the opportunities? You started with love.
Yes, it was very out of the norm. I was a single mom for so many years, raising my 2 boys. And then during lockdown and COVID, I did meet my husband, who's my husband now, Norman Harris.
Out of the norm, no fun.
And we were on lockdown, and we were actually just talking virtually through a mutual friend connecting us. And I actually ended up getting COVID. He wanted to meet me, and I was like, I have COVID. Maybe we can meet up after. But through that time, I honestly wasn't. We were talking virtually, but I was like, I don't know if I'm open to really date right now. I wanted to like get more into my career.
That's right.
But how he was with me during COVID, I was like, let me just give this guy a chance. Let me be open to it. Something was telling me just be open and just explore where that can take you. So I was like, okay, we're going to go for this. And then after I got rid of the COVID, finally, we met up, and I think a month and a half later, he proposed on my birthday.
What?
Yeah, so everything happened
it's almost
that quick.
The anniversary of that time right now.
Yes, on my birthday.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Yeah. It was like my birthday, and he was helping me plan a birthday party, I thought. And I was like, wow, he's kind of going over the top for my birthday. And I walked out. My friend covered my eyes. I was like, what surprise is he going to give me next?
Yeah,
I'm like,
what?
You've done enough. This is enough. But then I walked out, and it was like my parents were there. Aww. Everybody was there. And he asked me to marry him. And fast forward a little bit, like on our first date, when we actually sat and had dinner, he was like, you know what? I think you're the one. And I was like,
wow. Okay, Norman.
I mean, we talked for a little bit on the phone every day, but he was like, I just know you're the one. And then he asked me the question. He said, what is too soon for someone to propose to you that you would be open to, or what is waiting too long?
Oh,
and I said, well, I would be open to tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Or a year and a half in between that time.
Shoot your shot.
And he took it literally. He's like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to work on that.
But he's a lawyer, so he did, he does his due diligence. He's getting all of the background, getting all the details just so he can execute.
Yeah.
And he did it. He shot a shot. And
I think in conversation one time I was like, yeah, I'm not into the dating. It's like, it's either you're serious or we're friends. And he didn't want to be a friend.
He already knew. But this is a pivotal moment. So it may seem, okay, well, why the love story before the journey? But this is where we embark on how we arrive to Journey for Two.
Yes.
Right? So you meet, you go against the norm.
Yes.
Pun intended.
Against the norm.
You meet this amazing man.
Yes. And then everything happened so quickly after that. We went and he proposed. We found a venue. And after we found the venue, we were like looking for something that would be open to a year later. Right. But everything was booked.
Of course.
Except for February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Oh, this love story just keeps getting more romantic, more lovely.
So we were like, February 14th, okay, let's do it. So it was like literally 6 months after he proposed. We got married. And then 3 months after that, because he didn't have kids and I was open to having more kids, we got pregnant within 3 months of getting married.
A whirlwind
So
romance.
Within a year, we were engaged, married, and pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Within 1 year. And then during that time of the pregnancy is kind of how I went in for just a checkup. And the doctor was like, well, do you want me to examine your breast And I said, sure. And
Mhm.
that's when she felt something. So that's how the journey began to finding out that I was actually diagnosed with breast cancer while pregnant.
So you, in a year's time, you went from, well, just over about a year of meeting, falling in love, getting engaged,
Yeah.
getting married, getting pregnant, and then being diagnosed with breast cancer.
Yes.
So being diagnosed with breast cancer while pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
that had to be pretty overwhelming. Even when I hear about it, I think about how overwhelming, and there's so much, all this joy, all this happening for you, and then
Yeah.
you get this. Can you walk us through your decision-making process during that time and
Yeah.
how you found the strength to face such a challenging situation with everything going on?
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely tough finding everything out, especially, you know, we're it's kind of like in the honeymoon
Of
phase.
course.
Just got married, just found out about the pregnancy, and then to find that out, it just took us back. We were just like, wow.
Mhm.
And Norman, he is a preacher's son,
Mhm.
and he has a very spiritual background. He is a pastor now
Yes.
as
Mhm.
well. And so he was very quiet. He
Yes.
was just
You
taking
just taking it
everything
all
in.
in.
I think he was more prayerful about it.
Mhm.
And he is very confident in
Yeah,
God
his
and
faith.
in his faith.
Mhm.
And I was a little bit more freaking out about
Of
it.
course.
And I'm like, you didn't hear what the doctor said? And he's
It's
like,
like, but what did God
what does
say?
God
Yeah, what
say?
does God say? I can hear him
And
saying that. What does
yeah.
God say?
So we had a few doctors that we saw. So there were a couple of recommendations um, that they said they would give, like
Mhm.
not following through with the pregnancy, possibly just doctors were giving us wild different scenarios that would happen. And we saw second, third opinions. And then we find the perfect doctor that was able to kind of walk us through something that we both felt comfortable with.
Right.
But we did have to do surgery while pregnant. And we did have to start chemo while pregnant, which was a very hard
Of
decision.
course.
Because, they tell you don't take Tylenol
Right.
while you're pregnant. Don't drink some wine. Don't do this. But you want me to take the
Chemo.
chemo while pregnant. Um, but the doctor said that, well, the baby needs a mom.
Mhm.
So that right there, we were like, yes, I'm going to do what I have to do to be here to survive, to be here for my child, my children, my
Right.
husband. And I was like, we're going to fight and we're going to do whatever we need to do. And we stayed prayerful
Mhm.
and we went ahead with the doctor's recommendation. And we didn't start chemo till the baby was fully developed.
Mhm.
Because they said once it's fully developed, it won't affect the baby. So, yeah, that was part of what we had to do.
Yeah, that's the challenge. And, hearing the story, even hearing your dad tell the story and hearing Norman tell the story, and the praying and
Yeah.
having hope and faith and trusting God's word.
Yes.
So lots of prayer, lots of faith,
Yep.
and listening to the doctor, taking the orders from the doctor helps you get through this time.
Yes.
So tell us about little Journi. So you get
Yes.
through the pregnancy.
Yes, we get through the pregnancy. We did have to induce early. But Journi was born,
Sure.
and because of the things that I went through while pregnant, like one of the things that we ran into was the doctors did not, my OB at the time
Mhm.
dropped me because they said that I was too high risk
Wow.
and they were just not equipped to deal with that. But I understand that. But we were like, there's got to be another doctor that will take us. But
Right.
we literally called every single doctor in the Tampa Bay area and not one would take us. So we actually had to give birth in St. Pete. And we only found that doctor because of a Facebook group that we had to have a friend join to ask for help.
Oh, wow.
So I did notice that, and along with a few other things that were needed.
Yeah, no support. Can
No
you
support.
imagine being pregnant, facing breast cancer, being high risk, and not having a doctor take you? I mean, you can imagine you experienced, but for the audience, I mean, that's pretty scary. You're fighting for your life, fighting for your baby's life, and just staying prayed up, still keeping the faith while this is happening. So you find a doctor in St. Pete who was able to deliver Journi. She was born prematurely a little bit, but let's hear about
but she came out with the lungs of Mariah Carey. And they said that she might be a little behind as far as, because she's a preemie, but she started walking at 7 months.
Oh, wow.
She was advanced, and she still is very advanced. She's very into astrology. She's like, cries to see the moon and the stars.
Oh, wow.
So Journi is
main character energy. Yes, I mean, I've had the pleasure of meeting Journi, and she's 2?
She's 2.
She's 2. Journi is main
2 going
character.
On 5.
Yeah, she's like, listen, I am here.
Yes.
I am here. And it's so interesting when you are faced with something that could seem so dire. And then you have this amazing faith. My mother always says life happens for us, not to us.
Yes.
And, what was God's plan? Journi is such a perfect name. How did you come up with that anyway?
Well, because of, I have my 2 sons are a J. So I was thinking about a J, and I literally just speaking about everything that I was going through all the time. I kept saying Journi. And I was like, Journi. That's it.
That's it.
And my husband wasn't on board at first, but he's like, you're going through a lot. Whatever you want. It's like, okay, whatever you get.
We're just going to let you.
We'll let you have that.
Like, you deserve this. So Journi is here, and she's born. She's healthy.
Yes, she's healthy.
You're healthy. And then at what point did you get the okay that you were cancer free?
So I had to then do radiation after having her. I actually had to finish chemo.
Right.
Then I had to do radiation. But after surgery, they did say that I was pretty much cancer free. But they had to do, I just had to do radiation to make sure.
Right, to make sure. Yep. Of course.
So, but yeah, I did all of what we needed to do. And I just knew while I was going through all of that I wanted to help other moms that found themselves in similar situations because of what I went through. Because you can be a cancer patient. There's a lot of cancer patients but when you're pregnant and with cancer, like people would look at me and be like, you're doing what? You're not supposed to be doing that. You can't take that drug. You can't do this. Right. And I just felt like alone sometimes. And even going through the postpartum, I was going through a little bit of postpartum depression. And I was like, I just had a baby. I'm going through radiation, trying to take care of a newborn, trying to, finishing up with chemo. And it was just like a lot that I had going on. I was like, there's moms out there that are going through this. And I feel like I was trying to reach out to look for someone and groups to help. And there wasn't any. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make that. I'm going to start a nonprofit and be able to help these moms. And so that's how Journi for Two was born.
Journi for Two was born, and born out of the need to be able to create and be able to support and help other women because you created something that you didn't see. You didn't have those resources. So let's pivot to the fact that you started Journi for Two.
Yes.
You're supporting moms that are also battling cancer.
Yes.
And how did founding that organization, recognizing that there was a need, solving for it, how has that helped you transform your personal strengths into this mission to helping others?
It just gave me the strength to know that, while I was going through that, that's all I was thinking about. I was like, I feel like everything happened for a reason. From the beginning, from me meeting Norman, and everybody's like, well, this is kind of fast. it happened for a reason,
That's right.
because I wouldn't have found out about the cancer if it wasn't for me getting pregnant so
Right.
quickly. And I wouldn't have got pregnant so quickly if
You
I wouldn't have
getting
got married.
married.
So
Yes.
I feel like it all just aligned and put me into walking in my purpose.
That's
And
right.
now I'm like, wow, this is what I'm meant to be. This is what I'm meant to be doing. And it just all started making sense. And actually, while I was sitting in the doctor's office, and this nurse, she looked at me and she said, you know, we were speaking about the cancer, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry you have to go through this, but you know, there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
I had breast cancer. I survived. And I got into this because of what, you know, me having cancer. And now I'm able to help other women.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like now I'm able to do that same thing. So,
Yeah, and it's quite remarkable when I hear you tell the story, and I do a lot of work focusing on breast cancer. Just the way you tell it, it's so compassionate, it's so empathetic, but it's so much hope. You also
yeah.
give so much hope. So as your story, it just touches so much on these aspects of living life unleashed, right? You face this challenge, you overcome the barrier, you focus on your faith, you followed your passion, and despite the adversity, you decided to turn it to something where you can give back.
Yes.
So, keep it in the theme of this discussion and this podcast. How do you define living unleashed? And has that concept evolved for you over time?
Yes, I say that it definitely has evolved for me, because it was a few years ago. It meant just survival mode for me,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just surviving, taking it day at a time, and staying prayerful and hopeful. And then now it just takes a whole different meaning. It's now just looking at those struggles and turning it into something positive and using it to give back and help others. And now I'm living my best life. I'm living every moment like if it was my last. I'm celebrating every birthday like it's my last. And sometimes I do it a little bit too much because I'm like overworking myself, because I'm like on a mission, because I'm like, you never know how long you're going to be here.
Right.
And there's so many things that I want to do and make an impact. And so, yeah, that's how it's changed me.
Well, you are such an inspiration. At hello. I was like, you went through what? Thank God we don't look like what we've been through,
Yes.
because you are beautiful on the inside and out.
Thank
And the
you.
work that you're doing is so remarkable, so impactful. I've had the opportunity to attend your event, hear the stories from the women. And as you look ahead, I always like to say the best is yet to come. We can enjoy the time and be present, but there's so much hope. The best is yet to come. And how are you preparing yourself
Mhm.
and preparing others that you help through Journey for Two for the future? What does that look like for you?
Yes, I can say that it is just the beginning for Journey for Two. We have only started less than a year ago, and we have already been invited to DC. We've been invited by Kathy Castor she played in the honor of me at the congressional softball game. We are doing big things with Journey for Two, and I'm able to reach a lot of moms out there. But this is just the beginning. I plan to help women all over the world, and not just moms that are battling cancer while pregnant, but all moms that are, have young children that are struggling, going through postpartum, and, just trying to navigate motherhood while dealing with these health issues. So, Journey for Two has a lot of events coming up, and we do have an event coming up in Tampa soon. It's going to be October 12th. So if you are available, definitely come out if you are in the area, because we are going to be giving back to the community and giving free breast exams.
Very important.
And so we're excited about that.
Yeah, and it's Breast Cancer Awareness
Yes.
Month in October. And, it's just so important for women all ages, because you were fairly young.
Yes, I was 37 when I was diagnosed. So if I would have waited till 40, may not have been here.
Right.
Yeah.
So just thinking about, have that conversation with your doctor.
Yes.
It's a blessing in disguise that you
Yes.
had that exam while you were pregnant, but it's so critically important for
Yes.
women, especially know your family history, make sure you're doing your monthly exams,
Yes.
but this is your
Yes.
reminder if you're listening.
Yes. And advocate for yourself. If you feel like something is wrong or something's not right, speak up and don't just take the first thing that a doctor says. Always get a second opinion.
Yeah, they know the education, but you know your body.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's a reminder. And if you're listening, get your mammogram, and follow up with your doctor. So, there's so much to your story, but the best is yet to come because this story continues. The journey continues. So, as we close your story, it is a powerful reminder that life's unexpected turns can often lead us to our true purpose. And from your entrepreneurial spirit to your resilience in the face of cancer, and now your dedication to helping others through Journi for Two, you truly embody what it means to live a life unleashed. And I'm just so proud of you. And I thank you for coming here today and sharing your experiences with us. And your story just not only inspires, but also shows us that those dark moments, we have the power to create light for others.
Yes.
God is so good.
Yes. And when you think it might be your last, it might just be the beginning, because there were some times I was thinking I'm like, what if I'm not here to see my baby? What if, and I've turned that around to just, speak life into yourself and always think positive. And it's just the beginning now for us. So,
wow. And it's so remarkable.
For Journi for Two.
So what if to the listeners, if they want to learn more, how can they get in touch with you and how can they learn more about Journi for Two?
So you can find us on Instagram at Journi for Two. It's JOURNI 4FORTWO. You can find us on Instagram or Facebook, or you can find us on the web at journifor2.org.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
I am
honored.
You are so remarkable just as a person, as a community leader, as a mom, as a wife, just watching your glow and your story and how you shine your light on others is such an inspiration. And I'm proud to know you and to call you friend.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And, to our listeners, remember that like Alicia, you too, you have the strength to face whatever challenges are coming your way, and perhaps even use them as a springboard to help others. And as I always say on the Unleashed Life and in life, the best is yet to come. And Alicia's journey is a testament to that truth. So until next time, be great, shine bright, and keep living life unleashed. Thank you. Thank you for joining us on The Unleashed Life. I hope today's episode has inspired you to break free from financial constraints and societal expectations, cultivating a mindset of abundance and possibility. Remember, living unleashed means aligning your financial decisions with your personal values and embracing authenticity in both your career and personal life. It's about progress, not perfection, as we journey towards financial empowerment and the lifestyle we truly deserve. If you found today's episode to be of value, please take a moment to rate and review this podcast. Your support helps us reach more women ready to unleash their potential. And don't miss out on exclusive content and insights by signing up for our monthly newsletter at reneebaker.com. It's packed with actionable tips to help you continue your unleashed journey between episodes. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite platform and join our vibrant online community to share your own Unleash moments and connect with like-minded individuals. Until next time, keep breaking barriers, embrace your beautiful, authentic self, and live life unleashed. Remember, it's never too late to rewrite your financial story and step into your power with purpose. As always, be great, and the best is yet to come.